You know, TDS is going to be one of those things that leads to some people getting thrown into insane asylums somewhere down the road, because the insanity of the Trump derangement syndrome is so bad now that they can't stop, they can't help themselves. And it's all across the board. And for those in political power, you know, it's almost inexcusable because these people should actually know better. But for the average layperson who buys into Trump equals communist, Trump equals Nazi, Trump equals orange man bad, they're just losing their damn minds. And they're being egged on forever by the morons in power, aka the Democrat Party. So this is from the Post-Millennial, a conservative news outlet. They write, Dems propose idea to repurpose Trump's White House ballroom, including tearing it down. Exhibit on corruption and autocracy. Even though the White House, even though Trump was voted for by the people. This is a space that owned by the people and that serves the people, said some idiot from the Democrat Party. So it should be used to opposite of what Trump has in mind, which is for the American aristocracy and plutocracy together. I mean, these guys are just freaking crazy. I think if Donald Trump went out there and said, breathing air will keep you alive, these people would advocate for asphyxiation. Yeah, I'm just saying. So this is written by Hannah the Nightingale. She writes, prominent Democrat officials are reportedly working on ideas for ways to repurpose President Donald Trump's ballroom, which is currently under construction should a Democrat win the 2020 presidential election. The 90,000 square foot space, which is replacing the East Wing, which has already been demolished and is being built to host large events, has been funded with private donations. Democrat officials are reportedly seeking ideas to decouple the space from Trump. Because they are lunatics, because they can't help themselves, no matter what he does, they need to be the opposite of it. When asked if the ballroom should be used as its intended purpose, Representative Jamie Raskin, who's a moron, told NBC News, "No way!" I gave him a voice there. He said he would consider a presidential bid if his party regains control of the House in the midterm elections. Wow, well, that's something to look forward to. He said this is a space that's owned by the people and that serves the people, so it should be used opposite of what Trump has in mind, which is for the American aristocracy and plutocracy together. God, this guy's fucking stupid. So dumb. Anyway, the idiot proposed a dual-purpose space that accommodates some dinner guests, but also holds an exhibit that would display attempts to undermine and thwart popular democracy in American life. Starting with King George and going to what Raskin said were Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 elections because this idiot just can't get over himself. The space would be named the Democracy Matters Ballroom. Just call it the Trump's derangement ballroom. Representative Ro Khanna said that the ballroom should be used in a way that celebrates and empowers forgotten Americans, and said that we should ask Americans in rural communities, urban centers, and hollowed out factory towns for their ideas of what to do with the space. Of course, hollowed out factory towns are directly the result of democratic policies, which destroyed our industries in favor of places like China and India being able to undercut us. Which, ironically, is what Donald Trump is trying to restore with the tariff wars. Now, Representative Stephen Cohen said, I don't think it would be a bad idea to tear it all down. It's a gigantic blob there that's Donald Trump. Can you imagine being so freaking insane that all you can think about is, I gotta get Trump. I gotta get Trump. I mean, this is why you have the shootings, the people that try to assassinate Donald Trump, because they're batshit crazy. How do you live with yourself being so obsessed with one man? God, these people are dumb. Anyway, you got California Governor Gavin Newsom, aka Gavin Newsom, a potential contender for Democrat candidate for president. Now, let me stop you right here. Gavin Newsom will not be running for president. Or if he does, come 2028, he'll be one of the first people just knocked out. It's going to be Jeb Bush all over again. He's an idiot. People from California don't like him. He's got way too much baggage. He's Kamala Harris with a dick. Anyway, it is a metaphor for this administration, said Gavin. The recklessness to which he goes about things. The fact that he doesn't believe in the rules. And he doesn't believe that they're blind and blah, blah, blah. So, he's a wrecking ball presidency. Right. A Democrat candidate for Congress, Saikat Chakrabarti, whatever, said that he would introduce a bill to turn the space into a Smithsonian-run museum that focuses on corruption and autocracy, and said that private donors who funded the ballroom would be listed to really put into the sunlight how this thing came to be. I mean, they just need to F and get it over with. I mean, these guys they either hate him or they've got a hard-on for him. I don't know which, but they need to calm down. And then we got Anita McBride, a member of the White House Historical Association Board of Directors and former Chief of Staff to First Lady Laura Bush, expressed hope that the space remains a ballroom. She says, "I hope it remains a ballroom, and I hope that it's tastefully and beautifully done so that future presidents will be proud to host honored guests there." And that's the freaking point. It would be nice if we modernized our capital, because we are the most powerful freaking country on the earth. We should have nice things. Anyway, she goes on to say, "But what I mostly hope is that the new building includes offices for the Office of the First Lady, White House Social Office, and White House Visitor Office. Those offices serve the presidency in a unique and special way, welcoming all visitors to the people's house, blah, 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 blah." So there you go. Trump derangement syndrome continues on, my friends. So don't worry too much, because it is not going to stop anytime soon.